Hello and welcome to Prime News. Now look at the headlines. Proposals in Union Budget may trap Goa further inflation. Service tax hike, GST, 7th pay enforcement likely to worsen situation. Watch Budget PANCHANAMA. Government to provide special monetary support to mining dependents from May 2012, 4 months prior to mining ban. Burden of 50 more crores scheme amended. Defence Minister Parrikar claims clueless about PDP-BJP talks over AFSPA, says talks were with central leadership, unaware of any decision on army's power in Kashmir. Bloc presidents of Youth Congress serve ultimatum of 8 days to GPCC President Luisin Filero, threaten mass resignations if suspension not withdrawn. And Wi-Fi intelligence input indicates threat perception from terrorist anti-social elements in Goa using Wi-Fi facility. Authorities stress need to impose restriction on Wi-Fi use. Now the news in detail. The hike in central assistance might have brought some cheer to the state government, but the proposals in the union budget may trap the state further in an inflation. Goa being currently ranked amongst the costliest destination, service tax hike may worsen the situation. Proposed GST and 7th pay enforcement will take away major chunk from the treasury. With stagnated industrial growth, Goa is currently facing 10% targeted tax shortfall. Power sector too is set to hike tariffs. Watch Budget PANCHANAMA.
Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley presented Union Budget on Saturday. However, this budget couldn't get much relief to curb inflation for Goikar. Except renovation of Old Goa Heritage Site, there seems nothing major that could support Goa State's budget, nor a proposal to push its GDP. Service tax has been raised to 14%. Its ripple effect will begin from a thali in a hotel and further across the sections, as the service sector contributes to 65% of Goa's economy, primary sector just 5%, and manufacturing at 30%. Even with expansion of visa on arrival facility to 150 countries, Goa may benefit the least, being an expensive destination. Total transfer to states will be about 62% of total tax receipts of the country. Now, including centre's tax and grants, the total revenue of the state may go up from around 1,300 crores to 2,200 crores. Union Finance Minister has announced that GST will be implemented from April 2016. GST will take away states' major tax revenue straight to the centre's treasury. With reduced VAT on petrol, the compensation post-GST enforcement will decide the fate of state treasury. Now look at the state of affairs on state tax collection front. State government too is squeezing tourism and service sector to fill its coffers, inflating costs. State has set a commercial tax target of 2,800 crore for current fiscal, 20% hike over past year's recovery. But the latest figures show a shortfall of almost 10% in the targeted growth, where is showing just 9% growth. The taxes like entertainment, entry and luxury tax, though do not contribute majorly, shows a buoyancy of 20 to 23%. Only tourism and service sector performs, making the living for tourists and Goans expensive. Past 3 to 4 years, Goa's GDP growth is down from almost 15% to negative 2%. The fate of manufacturing sector is nothing different from the rest of the country. Industrial growth is down from 19% to 0% in past 2 decades. GDP just shows an inflationary hike, a journey further in the inflation trap. Story doesn't end there. The power tariff hike is awaiting, as the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission has recommended a tariff hike for a unit from 7 to 35 paise in various slabs across from domestic to commercial consumers. With Goa's Chhattisgarh power project plan shattered after coal scam, cheaper power for Goa and Goans is a distant dream. After amended MMDR Act and fresh mining lease environment clearance policy, the dreams of early mining resumption seem shattered, with no new deadlines being visible other than the deadlocks. With no relief in export duties, tech or export too is a loss-making activity right now. Goa, with a scarce land resource, is now left with too little resources for its economic and industrial growth. The Union Finance Minister has cleared his plans to enforce 7th Pay Commission from year 2016. Goa has an army of almost 60,000 employees to face. The chunk of mining royalty rescued the past government from the crisis during 6th pay enforcement, when the employee strength was just 43,000. What would be the situation in 2016? The first budget of Modi government last year declared institutes like AIIMS and IIT for Goa. Goa could not make it till date as it has land limitations. In past 3 fiscal, the monthly interest on the state borrowings has touched almost 100 crore. With GDP showing growth fall, further taxation will take the state further in the inflation trap. With the monthly salary, pension, grants, interest payment and welfare schemes outlay at almost 400 crores, the hike in central grants might have brought some relief to the state government, but the armed Goikar has lot more inflation to face. Bureau Report, Prudent.
Mining ban in Goa came in force from 10th September 2012, but surprisingly, government has decided to provide special monetary support from almost the 31st May 2012. Almost 4 months prior, government has amended special mining package scheme for the people in the mining areas. The services of the applicant terminated from 31st May 2012 are eligible for the scheme. Government will distribute nearly 50 crores to the mining affected people.
Mining affected people can now claim benefits of assistance scheme prior to almost 4 months of mining ban. Goa government had suspended mining operation in Goa from 10 September 2012. After suspension, Goa government had introduced umbrella scheme named Mining Affected Impacted Relief Scheme 2013. Scheme aimed to provide financial relief to the people residing in mining ban affected areas who lost their employment due to closure of mining industry. Eligible beneficiaries were provided financial assistance from 1st October 2012. Now state government has amended the scheme. According to the scheme, the applicant or beneficiary whose service has been terminated from 31st May 2012 shall now be eligible under the scheme. Now government will distribute nearly 50 crores extra for 4 months prior to mining ban in Goa. Government is spending nearly 140 crores per year for beneficiaries. Nearly 1800 beneficiaries are taking benefit of this scheme. Scheme is also amended in terms of submitting relevant documents. Beneficiaries can submit any other document issued by Goa state government like residence certificate, school living certificate, driving license showing that applicant is residing in this area prior to 2009 for those applicants who were not eligible to get their name enrolled in electoral roll. Earlier, the applicant beneficiary had to be compulsorily be included in electoral roll 2012. While the party in power is all set to face ZP polls, interestingly, there is no explanation from the state behind extending the scheme benefits for a non-mining ban period. Reporter Mahesh Ghadi for Prudent.
Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar claims to be clueless about the talks between the PDP and the BJP over Armed Forces Special Power Act in Kashmir. PDP and BJP has formed a government in Jammu and Kashmir for the first time. Government formation talks faced a logjam for a couple of months over the AFSPA. Parrikar said decisions has been taken by the central leadership and the PDP. They would know about it, he is unaware.
PDP-BJP government has been formed in Jammu and Kashmir for the first time. The government formation was on hold following a deadlock in the talks over Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar said talks on AFSPA were between the PDP and central leadership and he is unaware of any decision on FSPA.
काश्मीराच्या संदर्भात कितें आहा तें केंद्रीय नेत्यांनी केल्लें आहा. जें कितें वयर उलोवप जालां पळय तें वयल्या थराचेर ज्या थराचेर उलोवप जालां तेंच सांगूंक शकतले न्ही, हांव कशें सांगूं शकतलो.
Meanwhile, in the recent union budget, Goa's mining industry got no relief in export duty of Goa's mineral ore export. Parrikar said issue needs more follow-up.
सरकार ने फायनल न्यूज एक्सपोर्ट ड्यूटी देऊन फायन ओवराचे
नाही आमी मागणी केल्ली ती पळोवची पडटली, फॉलो करची पडटली, कितें तरी उरता न्ही थोडें.
Parrikar informed about the minesweeper vessel contract awarded to the Goa shipyard.
डिफेन्स एक्विजिशन कावन्सिलान 32,400 कोटीचे मायन स्विपींग कावंटर मेजर वेसल्स हे गोवा शिपयार्डाक दिवपाचे एप्रूव केला. ताजो स्पील ओवर इफेक्ट संबंद गोंयान बाकीचे शिपयार्ड आनी बाकीचे बिझनेस जे पळय बारीक बारीक तांकां सगळ्यांक मेळटलो न्ही फायदो ऑटोमॅटीक.
Reporters Lokik Shilkar and Mahesh Gadi with Nawaz Sheikh for Prudent.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.